Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and take that one.
I'm gonna fully disagree with you.
I'll put money
four
on that.
guys
Because
on
they're
it.
gonna-
I'll put money
they're
on that.
gonna
I'm
tie
willing
in.
to bet money.
That's a Blaine Crain guarantee. You want to dye your hair?
No, I'll put 100.
100?
Yeah.
Let's go $100. $100. Today on Crain Cone, we are giving you 9 guarantees to happen in the upcoming college football season. We appreciate you being here. You don't want to miss this. This is a fun game. We invented a prompt. We're finding new ways to use it. You guys love it, so we're going to keep doing it. Make sure you're subscribed to Crain Cone. The season's almost here, when in reality, it really never ends. Former Michigan quarterback David Cone, former Western State Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crain. We've done this with predictions. We've done this with upsets. We're going to do it with guarantees now.
Wow.
Right? And to quote Tommy Boy,
Why would you put a guarantee on the box? Okay.
Guarantee it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see here. The way it works is our producer,
Samuel,
the Kentucky fan that he is going to give us the prompt, a guarantee. We can only each pick 3 out of the 9, so we'll each have 3. Whoever raises their hand first agrees and then has to explain why they can guarantee it. And we want to know in the comments which ones you would pick. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Samuel, are you ready?
Ready when you are.
You use that Wizard of Oz button you got in there and you tell us these prompts.
Texas Tech still goes undefeated and wins the Big 12 without Brendan Sorsby.
Agreed. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
Undefeated.
Guaranteed, and
Really?
here's why.
Okay.
Who, in your opinion, is the biggest competition still right now in the Big 12?
BYU, they play on
Texas Tech. It's BYU. And Kalani Sitake, amazing football coach. Glad he stayed. Bear Bachmeier,
The Bear.
I still don't trust him enough going up against Texas Tech's front 7. Not saying he's gonna get worse or he's not gonna be a little bit better. I don't think even without Sorsby, who we could argue how great Brendan Sorsby really was. I mean, Blaine, you've argued it before. I don't think that's crazy to say. Hammond, I don't think he's the greatest in the world, but Texas Tech is so superior to everybody else in the Big 12 on the line of scrimmage and from a roster standpoint and from a depth standpoint. And when you look at the schedule, Coney, do you have it pulled up right there?
They don't even play BYU. So is this just regular season, Sam? Or are you talking about win the championship too?
Correct. Wins the Big 12 championship as well.
I'll stay with it. I'll stay with the guarantee.
Abilene Christian.
Well,
better watch out.
Better pray.
At Oregon State.
Dude, they got Houston on the schedule?
Houston, and that one is in Lubbock. That one's at home. Yep. Sam Houston at Colorado, bye week. Arizona State at home.
That's going to be...
Yeah,
I feel like there's a
Cincinnati.
slip up in there somewhere.
At Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, at Oklahoma State, at Baylor, TCU. That's 11-1.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right.
It's a guarantee.
Right.
Texas Tech.
Is that a Jake Crain guarantee?
That's a Jake Crain guarantee. You flip the box over. There's a picture of my face and Texas Tech going undefeated in the regular season, win the Big 12. Shout out Joey McGuire. What's next?
Arch Manning will be a finalist for the Heisman Trophy.
Guarantee. I guarantee it. I guarantee that. And then crashes or something like that. Did you finish?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, that was you finishing. Okay, yes. So I guarantee David Cone guarantees you that Arch Manning will be a Heisman finalist in 2026. I just think he's going to have a really good season. He's going to have a really good season for a really great team with a really great play caller at head coach and Steve Sarkisian, and you combine all of that with his last name. I think it's going to be too enticing to bring him to New York, even as a finalist, whether justified or not. Whether he has a Heisman winning type of season, I think that's a completely different question. But they can invite up to 5 guys. Yeah. I think Arch Manning will be in New York in December.
You look at that schedule. You talk about having a chance to have Heisman moments, and the way the guy finished last year with the chip on the shoulder and not making the playoff. Not a crazy thing at all. That may end up being the best guarantee out of all of them.
No, sure. I'm not putting a lot of eggs in that basket because I don't want to wake up and look like I'm a Nordic again.
You want to tell the people why last year?
Not really.
Just tell them quickly.
I have to?
Yeah.
I made a bet that with people, not against myself.
You made a bet against yourself.
You asked me to tell it, and then you interrupt me. It's crazy. It's crazy work. I made a bet that Texas would beat Ohio State, and I put my trust in Arch Manning. Then I forgot he had a noodle for an arm, and they lost, so I looked like I was from Germany for the entire year.
Yeah, you look like Eminem's stand-in, like if they're worried about his security.
Dear Stan.
Yeah. All right, what's next, Sammy?
5 or more teams from the Big 10 make the college football playoff.
5?
D5.
Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it?
I'll guarantee that.
Okay.
I'll guarantee that. I'll guarantee that. And again, this gets back to the question that we had a couple years ago when the playoff tripled in size to 12 teams, which is there was an assumption that, well, the best football conference will get the most teams in. But we saw like the SEC started to cannibalize itself. And it's like, man, are they going to be able to get even 3 teams in at one point because the losses started to pile up? I mean, if you look at the Buckeyes schedule gets exponentially tougher this year. Yep. But I still think it's manageable. And like you said, talking about Heisman moments, they're going to have college football playoff moments, especially going on the road to Texas week 2. I think Oregon, they bring back their quarterback. USC is one of those sort of teams that I think could be college football playoff worthy that also brings back their quarterback. Kyle Whittingham, year 1 at Michigan. Let's see. I don't think Indiana's going anywhere. There's going to be 5, and then we just got done talking about Penn State's schedule. The question with them is, would 10-2 even do that if you had losses to USC and to Michigan? But because of the expansion, we're talking about 18 teams in a conference. A lot of these teams get to dodge some of the better teams in the conference. So if you pencil in Notre Dame, which I think Notre Dame will make the college football playoff, you get a group of 5 team in there. I still think there's an opportunity for 5 in the Big Ten. Which didn't they get 5 in the first year of the college football playoff?
Sam?
I believe.
We'll have to check that. I think they got 5. I think it was 5.
Well, to your point, just mathematically, they have the most teams in the conference. So I think that lends. You have 18 teams in the Big Ten. But also, I think this is where, and I want to be very careful about saying this because the Big Ten has earned the right to be called the best conference in college football.
I agree.
With what they've done. But I think it's advantageous when you're the Big Ten, when you have a really good top, right? Top group, or let's say tier 1 and tier 2, but then in the middle there's a big drop-off, in the bottom there's an even bigger drop-off, as opposed to the SEC that hasn't had that top-tier, unbelievably elite team or elite teams to win the national title the last 3 years, but the middle is really, really good. That's really where the argument is.
It was 4.
It was 4. Well,
Oregon.
let me say the name of, let me try and guess the 5. Let me try and guess the 5 that if I told you to put 5 down on a piece of paper, that would make the college football playoff from the Big Ten. Ohio State would be one, right? I would say Oregon would be another. I would say Michigan would probably be in that top. Would you have had
in that
Michigan
order?
No. I'm just trying to get the 5. Would Michigan be in that top?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They're going to have to beat Oklahoma week 2, in my opinion.
You've got USC, right? Would USC, or would they be kind of flirting with it? I would feel like it would have to be some version of USC.
They get a couple big
Washington
games in the Coliseum. Buckeyes come out there. They're going to have to beat somebody good.
Okay.
Yeah, but Indiana, I think.
Indiana, obviously, as well. So if you went Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, let's say those are 3 we feel like are locked. And again, this is all hypothetical. Then, I mean, you would really only have to get one of Washington, USC, or Penn State in, or maybe somebody sneaks up and Iowa somehow finds a way to go 10-2. Who the
Illinois.
Illinois as well. It's an interesting question, Sammy. That's a good one.
Jeremiah Smith will set a career high with 100-plus catches and lead the nation with 1,500-plus receiving yards.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that one. I don't think it's ever bad business to bet on Jeremiah Smith. Like, I don't think they had that true number 2 guy this year. I mean, probably Chris Henry, but he's 14 years old. Might be one of the best receivers in Ohio State history. We'll see. But I think this year with Julian Sand getting a little bit more experience, Jeremiah Smith, he's an alien. He's an alien, and he's only gotten better. The one thing I do worry about, I guess you're bringing in a new OC who likes to run the ball a little bit more, see how they adapt to the personnel. But if I'm an Ohio State guy calling plays, the first thing I'm looking to is that Tyrannosaurus Rex on the outside. I don't care if they put 1 on him, 2 on him, or 3 on him. I'm finding a way to throw this guy the ball, and he's a clear number 1. They don't have another first-rounder, in my opinion, on the other side of him. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jeremiah catch 100 balls, 1,500 receiving yards, and be honest with you, win the Heisman.
I'm going to fully disagree with you. I think Jeremiah Smith may have his best season from a route running standpoint, his best season from knowing what's going on standpoint. I think he may have his worst season statistically this year, and it not be his fault.
I'll put money on that.
Because they're going to bracket. They're going to bracket him. The same thing you said, they know that Ohio State, when they need it, they're going to look to one guy. It's going to open it up for everybody else. I think it's going to make Ohio State's offense better because you know who they have to double. You know who they have to bracket. On 3rd and 7, you know the ball's going to go in the air most likely. Where that thing is going, I think it's going to open up the tight end. And, to your point, Arthur Smith wants to get in 12 personnel. He wants to run the ball. You've got unbelievable talent at the offensive line. Let's see if it can gel. And your damn running back's name's Bo Jackson. So to me, I think Jeremiah Smith could have his best year as a football player, as a team player, but have his worst year statistically.
Sam, what would be? Do you have his numbers?
I have his stats here.
Okay, let me hear this.
As a true freshman, he had 76 catches for 1,300 yards, and as a sophomore, he had 87 catches for 1,243 yards.
They started, and that's with Carnell Tate on the other side. And some of those, and
I'm willing to bet money that he doesn't have his worst statistical year this year.
That's a Blaine Crain guarantee. You want to dye your hair?
No, I'll put 100.
100?
Yeah.
Let's go $100. $100.
Okay.
I bet he has less than what? 1,200? We're saying
12
yards, right?
We'll do yards and catches.
Yards and catches. All right, so he had what last year, Dave?
87 catches for 1,243 yards.
Okay.
And the year before that, he had what?
76 catches, 1,315
More yards, less catches. Okay, interesting. Fun bet. Our friends over at First Phorm have been sponsoring the show for a while, and we have a great new announcement. You can be a Booster Club winner and get even better deals because we're going to pick one. But there's only one way that we can know you made a purchase over at firstphorm.com/booster. That's the letter 1. That's 1stphorm.com/booster. If you go there, that's going to take you to the link. We got the link in the description as well, and they're going to know that we sent you from Crain Cone over there to purchase any of their fantastic products. And remember, you buy any of their awesome supplements like Microfactor, I can go down the list, you get a free 5-pack of their protein sticks, which are fantastic. Come in jalapeno cheddar, barbecue, teriyaki. What Cone has done to the protein drinks. I mean, every time I see you leave in the
We don't have
kitchen-
to say it like that.
Well, I'm just saying.
We don't have to say it like that, but yeah, I am pretty fit right now. And Booster Club loves a good competition.
They love
don't they?
competition.
Come on.
That's what this
Who's going to win the first month?
That's what it is. And again, we don't want to let you know the prize yet because it's going to be fun. We want it to be a mystery. We're going to pick one winner at the end of each month, but you got to go to firstphorm.com/booster. That's the letter 1, stphorm.com/booster. You know how to spell it. Look, the merch is fantastic too. Probably the most underrated thing on the site. But remember, that helps us, it helps you, and you could have a chance to win and represent the Booster Club. And to be the first winner, the inaugural, that's history. Firstphorm.com/booster. Get formed the right way with First Phorm. Samuel.
Miami will outright win the regular season in the ACC, and despite having never done it before, win their first ever ACC championship.
Yes.
Can't do it.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Stole it.
Yes.
I'm sorry. They got to do it first.
Yes. Easy money. I mean, to be honest with you, every day, I don't know why, but I'm leading more and more to these guys winning the national championship. Obviously, they're not going to be as good as they were last year up front on defense. I don't think you can't replace that. You can't replenish that, but I think they're going to be pretty damn good. And I think that offense this year is going to be 2 times better than what it was last year, bringing that thing at quarterback in Mensa. I mean, Barcade is the exciting white. You bring back Marky Flesh. The offensive line, you obviously lost a couple pieces. But I think this is the year for them. I go through the ACC. The only team that somewhat scares me is Kevin Jennings over at SMU. But I think Miami will be able to handle that up front on both sides.
They don't play him.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about even in the championship, right? So, and Clemson, God, no one knows what's going on there. So I think this is the year for them to put it all together, roll through the regular season because you're that much more talented than everybody in the ACC. Miami clears head and shoulders above any other team there. So this is an easy guarantee for me.
I think Miami, and I need to look up what the number on this is, and I was going to raise my hand if you didn't do it first.
Yes.
I think this could be the best year statistically for Miami in the ACC that they've ever had. And I know they haven't won the thing before. I legitimately think this team is going to average 40 points a game in conference play. I believe that. I think Carson Beck held him back.
I do
Carson Beck held him back a little bit. Not that he was a terrible player. I think Mensa, and with what he can bring, the scrambling element, the keeping the play alive element, I think Miami not only wins their first ACC championship this year, I think they roll through it. I think it's like when you watch those big mascots play against the little kids. That's what it's going to look like.
That was great content.
Well, I remember saying something similar when Cam Ward came over from Washington State, and then their defense couldn't stop anyone.
They can't.
And then saying, last year, they'll at least win the ACC. Nope, can't do it. Duke at 7-5 in there win the ACC. So I just got to see it first.
Yeah, it's understandable.
5 or more teams from the SEC again make the college football playoff.
Well, I can't take that one and the other one. I can't put out the David Cone guarantee.
All right.
Here you go, Jake.
All right.
Let's go.
400 sold. Here's how this would have to happen. And look, I'll fall on the sword here. It would have to be an absolute car crash in the Big Ten, which could happen when you look at some of these schedules.
Sure.
Right? When you look at Oregon's, when you look at Ohio State's, when you look at Indiana. It could be a 9-3 food fight in the Big Ten. And not saying you want to have one team go 11-1 or maybe even 2, this, that, and the other. But for that to happen, to me, the SEC, there would have to be a 9-3 team get in from the SEC for that to happen. And if you look at our other shows, I actually guaranteed that one because I think what happened last year with the 2 group of 5s getting in there and getting just drowned in a small puddle of water, I don't think the committee's going that way. They're going to put one group of 5 team in because literally they have to. I think a 9-3 SEC team, if Texas did the exact same thing this year that they did last year, I think they would put them in. But for those 4 teams to make it outside of that 9-3 team, you would obviously have to have a Georgia or a Texas or somebody pretty much run the table. You need one team to run the table. You need at least probably one 11-1 and then 2 10-2s. But Vandy at 10-2 didn't get in last year.
Well, and because Texas beat them. So a 9-3 Texas last year could have overcome the 10-2 Vanderbilt problem because they beat them in the regular season, but they weren't going to jump the 10-2 Notre Dame team.
No, that's
right?
and
So
you know what? In reality, I don't think they should have.
When we can argue it out over Utah and BYU making it to the conference championship, losing to Texas Tech twice. Maybe at that point Texas does jump those teams, but again, there was so many teams in front of them, and then the loss to Florida, they just couldn't get up there.
Yeah, and it's all circumstantial. I mean, you're going to need probably Miami to run the table in the ACC, and everybody else just beat each other up. Because I know a 9-3 Clemson team made the playoff because they won the conference title, but you need Miami to run the table, win the conference title game, and really limit one of the Big 12 or ACC or both.
Yeah, because that year SMU was the second ACC team.
Yeah, who barely lost to Clemson in there. It's a good question. It'd be tough, but I'll land on that sword.
Georgia will be in a 6th straight and win a 3rd straight SEC championship.
Guarantee. I guarantee that. We're talking about Kirby Smart here, right? Taking over the mantle from Nick Saban after he retired from Alabama. Back-to-back national championships in, 21 and 22? Mm-hmm. So far, back-to-back SEC championships. I mean, Kirby Smart's going to be in there, in the thick of it, at the end of every single season. They do have to go on the road and play Alabama, which he's lost to Kalen DeBoer twice so far in the regular season. And how fun has that matchup been now that we've eliminated divisions in the SEC? But I can always bet on and guarantee a Kirby Smart win.
Yeah,
that's not tough. It's hard to argue against.
Yeah, that's not tough.
And I think they're going to actually be better in the pass rush this year too, with Gunner coming back. I know they lost Branch, but yeah, that's you can't feel bad about that one. I think we got 2 left, Sammy?
Correct.
Okay.
Cone's out.
Cone's got 3. Cone's got 3. Spectator.
Good.
Spectator. Ghost Runner.
A Big Ten team will win a 4th straight national title.
I mean, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I bet on this?
Who's it going to be?
I mean, to be honest with you, it could be all 4.
Well, it strengthens your argument. The more teams.
Indiana, I could see doing it again. I know it's hard to go back to back, but you look at their roster, you still your OCDC and that villain, that head coach. Sooner or later, Oregon's going to get one. Right now, and if you look at Oregon and Dan Lenny, they have probably the best roster in college football from new faces and returning production. Dante Moore is going to end up being one of the top quarterbacks taken in the draft. We have one of the best front sevens. And you bring over Corey Parrish, who's an absolute savage. And if you haven't looked at him, he's a transfer from Minnesota. Oh, God, it's disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, 3rd, Ohio State. I mean, what I got to say about these guys, they just lost their 2nd year in a row, 15 guys in the first 15 picks in the NFL draft, but somehow they keep replacing them. You bring back Julian Sand, Jeremiah Smith. That defense is still going to be phenomenal. And then you have on the 4th, USC sooner or later is going to figure it out. I don't think Pitt State has the team this year, but not even that. You just have so much depth there that another team can just find their way into a playoff and get hot, and then who knows? So I just wouldn't be surprised right now with the roster talent and the production that's brought back and the head coaches that are in the Big Ten to go watch them win another national championship.
Yeah. All right, what's this one I've got to guarantee here?
I hope this is awful.
Yeah. G5 team wins it all.
Notre Dame will go undefeated in 2026 and be the number 1 overall seed in the CFP.
Oh, wow.
So glad you asked.
Good,
wow.
Sam. Good for you, Sam.
No, Sam, this is actually perfect because I'm going to be honest. It's going to be hard for me not to pick Notre Dame to win this whole thing. New day for Marcus Freeman. It's not just, hey, we're fundamental, we got a couple athletes, we're just big. We're big and we're boxy. That's what Notre Dame, not anymore. They went from an F-250 to a Lambo or a Ferrari, and that's because Marcus has made Notre Dame cool again. It's not just nostalgic. It's here now. Kids think Notre Dame is cool, and I give Marcus a lot of credit for that. But they're just damn good. I mean, look at C.J. Carr. It's like they built him in a quarterback lab. It's like the aliens came down to Area 51 or 52 or whatever and got Bob Lazar to 3D print this guy. And you look at his DNA, he's gotten bigger, looks great throwing the ball, understands the game. You look at what they have, the offensive line, one of the best offensive lines in the country. The defense, they got some young guys on the defensive line, too, that they've developed that I'm really excited about. But all across the board, Drake, the guys in the middle, guys in the back end, they have everything. And they've got a schedule where I think they can stay healthy. They're going to be able to rest a lot of guys at a lot of points throughout the season, and they don't have to play in a conference championship game. So hell yeah, Sammy. So hell yeah. I can sit here and say I'll guarantee that Notre Dame will go undefeated and be the #1 overall seed. And you know what? If I wanted to sprinkle a little bit more on it, I don't want to get too far ahead, but why don't you just throw the crown on them? Why don't we just king them?
Wow.
Why don't we put that hot oil they put on those kings over in Europe? Let's go ahead and crown them.
So you're already guaranteed they beat Miami. That's a Jake Crane guarantee. They're going to beat Miami. Right there.
I mean, look, they could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they have to if they go undefeated.
Look, I'm 10 toes for Notre Dame this year.
Okay.
I'm 10 toes for Notre Dame this year. Sammy, is that all of them?
That would be all.
Good job. Hey, you're getting good at this, especially when I get the last one and you throw me that alley-oop right there. We want to know what you guys think. The 3 out of the 9 that you would guarantee, maybe there's a guarantee in there that Sam didn't bring up that you want to tell us, please let us know. We really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you're locked into Crain Cone. Season's almost here, even though it really never leaves. Remember, without you, there is no us, and we're going. Gone.